Welcome back to SnowRunner. You join us today at Smithfield Dam in Michigan as we continue where we left off in the last episode. So if you haven't seen episode, or part 1 I should say, of this mission, go back and have a look. But we carry on from where we left off in that one today. So we are currently at the drilling site and we need 2 loads of metal beams to be delivered here. We're still using the Pacific P16. In fact, it's exactly how we left it in the last episode. Now we're going to head to the logistics base for both of these metal beams. I kind of had a look around and thought, right, where's the easiest place to get these from? And we had a choice of the warehouse, the far end of the map, or a trailer which has 2 lots of metal beams on a logistics base, and it just made sense to go there. I do know the logistics base, when we were there previously and unlocked it all, it was a nightmare because the mud and stuff there is horrendous, but Pacific P16 proved itself in the last episode with the construction rig semi-trailer. So I thought, it's got a good chance of surviving the logistics base. So that was my thinking. And also, I said in the last episode, and I kind of want to keep doing it, we need to use the trailers that have stuff on. I have a bad habit of just getting a trailer and picking up something new from somewhere, rather than actually looking at the trailers around us and going, well actually that's got that, let's go and get that and use that. Normally it's a little bit further to go and get stuff on a trailer, so that's why I kind of ignore them. But today we're not doing that. We're going to try and use the trailer, grab the metal beams, job done. Now in the last episode as well, I didn't realise, purely my fault, that Out of the Old is in 3 stages. We completed stage 1 with the construction rig semi-trailer from the port in Drummond Island to Smithfield Dam drilling site. We did that in the last episode. Stage 2 is the metal beams, and the 3rd stage also involves picking up a oil rig drill, which we can get from, if I remember the name of the place, we can get it from, I can't remember where we can get it from now. Where can we get it from? Service hub. So we can pick that up from the service hub and take that to the drilling site as well. We'll use the Pacific P16 for that as well. The reason being, once we've got these dropped off, we'll go and have a look. Well, I'll have a look at the Pacific P16, doing the upgrades, and then on the route, on taking the drilling rig, we can talk about where it sits and all the other truck stats and what we've changed and that kind of good stuff. It'll be the first time the Pacific P16 has been to the garage. So it'll be a good chance to have a look, see what it's got underneath the hood, and see what we can improve with upgrades and things I've already achieved. That's kind of my plan. Whether I show you, in the garage stuff, I don't know. Haven't made that decision as we're doing this. I'll make that decision during editing. If we do show it, we show it. I'm just conscious of length of the episode, and that could take some time going up for everything in the garage. So I may just talk about it afterwards, or you'll see it. I don't know. Wait and see on the video itself. You'll figure it out when I've figured it out. Let's put it that way. But so far so good. I think we have enough fuel to get this done. There was obviously that concern that we're still carrying on from the last episode exactly where we left off, and fuel wise we're about halfway fuel tank wise. We did use the Chevrolet Kodiak in the last episode as a fuel tanker, and that came and filled us up. That's near the logging station, so we could, if needed, drive that to wherever we are in the Pacific P16 and give it more fuel if we need to. But other than that, we should be okay. I think we've got just about enough to get there and back, and then we can always recover it anyway or drive the trailer back. I don't know. I'd like to be able to drive the trailer back because then we can sell it. Not that we really spend much money. The money we spend is normally on upgrades, tyres generally. I think we've got quite a bit in the bank because we don't buy trucks. We don't really use that much money. I think trailers is probably one of our biggest outgoings because I keep buying new trailers rather than using what's around the map. Bad habit, I know, something I need to have a look at. We'll get there, I'm sure. But so far so good. Pacific P16 doing what it does best, and that is just trucking along on this journey to here. So the last time we were at the logistics base, I think is when we unlocked it, like fully unlocked it. I think we had to deliver maintenance trailer, if I remember correctly. I think that's what we had to deliver. There was something else I think as well, and we got maybe the Kodiak I think got stuck in the mud. Fleet Star came and helped. I think it was quite early on, vaguely remembering. I know it's on a previous episode somewhere, but it's probably miles away. But yeah, so whatever's there is what we left there previously, or what was already there when we got there. I know we had a hard time with fuel and stuff last time. That's a vague recollection. But we're not far off now anyway, so we'll see how the Pacific P16 deals with the conditions. All I remember is the extremely soft, wet mud that the Kodiak got stuck on. Fleet Star didn't do brilliantly. I think we opened a repair centre there, which, looking at the P16, it probably needs. But a few bangs so far. So yeah, probably worth, if we can, get into the repair centre that's there. I'm assuming we drive in, it fixes it, job done, doesn't cost us anything. I don't think we've used one. I don't think we used it when we first opened it either. It's a strange place to have a repair centre. Middle of nowhere, or right at the edge of the map. Just to be a pain. Okay. We're here. Ish. We now need to find a way in. As I say, I know that the entrance is quite bad. I don't know if it's changed over time from what we've done. I was going to try and cut through there, but I think there's concrete blocks there. There is. Yeah, there's concrete blocks there. We're not getting in there. Or we cut through the trees and go that way. So that first bit there is the repair centre. So that's why I was going to try and get through. But yeah, they're concrete. Are they concrete blocks? I think we might be able to squeeze. Can we squeeze through the trees though? There are concrete blocks to the right hand side, but there is a gap, and I don't think we can get through the trees. It was worth a try. It was just to save us going around the front bit, which I know is slippy, wet, a pain. Yeah, I don't think we've got a choice. And we don't even know what tyres the Pacific P16 has on, because we've never taken it to the garage as of yet. I don't actually know what it's got on it, so hoping not road tyres. To be fair, the way it's done with the construction rig semi-trailer last episode definitely hasn't got road tyres on, because it was flawless the majority of the time. There was some poor driving from me at times as well though. So how is it dealing with this wet mud? Actually not too bad. Use the winch a little bit, swing us round. It's not that bad. Or is it? Hang on. No, it's okay. I think it's dealing with it better than the Fleet Star did, to be honest. Okay, this is the repair centre just there. The trailer's kind of in the way. The trailer we're collecting is just behind us, but let's see if we can get to the repair centre first. Just to make use of it while we're here. There we go. Truck fully repaired. Didn't cost us anything. And we have the P16 back in tip-top shape. It's always good to have. Okay, so there's the trailer behind us with the metal beams on. We need to kind of turn around here, just to be awkward. We've got 110 litres of fuel left. So we didn't... it was about halfway. So we used about 40 litres to get here. I don't want to pick it up awkwardly. That would be a bad decision. We don't need cargo. We can't carry cargo currently, so it still comes up. So we can actually collect cargo, but without a back on, I can't collect cargo. Right, this is the 3-point turn that takes 10 turns to do. There we go. I don't even know what number that is now. Nearly there. Not quite. Another reversal. Yep. Couldn't quite get the turning right. My idea of where we go. Do we go back the same way we came, or do we go the other route, which is to the right, basically? I'm not sure. I've got to decide what we're going to do there. I'll have a proper look in a second. Let's get this hooked up first. Is it too far? Is it too far away? Yeah. Attach the winch. Pull it to us. Yeah. There to there. Winch it a little bit closer. I don't need it to go too close, but I need it so it's actually angled correctly. I think that's the issue. It's the angle we're at. Because that yellow container there is just causing me a slight issue. We can't really go too far back now because of the wheel arches. You can see they're slightly wider. I'm trying to get the actual thing to line up. There we go. It is on. Okay, so north was the route we took. We're going to go south. It is near enough a straight route. I think it's going to be fairly simple. It is one track. Follow it all the way to the drilling site. Should be okay. Fingers crossed. But we just got to get out of this area. And like I say, this area was the one we got stuck in last time. We haven't been back here for a while. I don't think we've been back here since we opened it. I do know there are some missions coming up that require us to come here. So we need our best trucks for that, I think. With the best adaptions, tyres, everything. So the biggest thing here, I'm never a fan of pulling trailers. I've always found our vehicles have struggled to pull trailers like this. They're not directly attached, so cornering, reversing is tricky with these trailers. It's more of a loose connection on the back, and so I'm not a fan, especially when it comes to reversing and round corners. They're more mobile, let's put it that way, which means easier to tip as well. But we've also struggled. So the Fleet Star hates pulling trailers from what we've done so far. The Twin Steer I don't think can, because of its back. I don't think it can actually pull a trailer, actually, thinking about it. The Transstar, I don't think have we done any? I don't know if we've done any with the Transstar offhand. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong, probably. But yeah, so not had really good experiences so far pulling trailers like this. I'm not a fan of this type of trailer. I'd always prefer it directly attached, so high saddle as we've got on the P16 as it came with that. And a trailer directly attached to that high saddle I find more stable, easier to reverse, easier to handle, less like the tip majority of the time. Whereas these ones I really don't like, but these are the ones you generally find around the map, so maybe we need to get used to using them a bit more. And because we don't just have the Fleet Star now, that's a big, tough, powerful truck. We've got choices now, because we didn't used to have choices. Maybe we should be pulling these a bit more rather than always using other trailers, but we'll see how we go. My thinking is we do want to start using the trailers around the place and then selling the trailers just to add to our pot, essentially, for upgrades. But this is when it can get dodgy on these kind of corners here, when you've got an uneven kind of bit to go on. Could have still got a lot wider, to be fair, stayed more on the track. Maybe that would have helped us a little bit better there, but it's done. Alright, we're going to shortcut across, cut the corner out, keep going straight. It's a fairly simple track to follow. It's quite a thin track though, and the P16 isn't a thin vehicle. It's the rear wheels, they're a lot wider out because they're double stacked. I say that like I know what I'm talking about. I definitely don't. But by double stacked, I mean there's two wheels on the back left, two wheels on the back right, and then in the middle there's two and two. Double stacked. But yeah, I've got no clue what's really cool. We're actually near to where we need to be. So there's the water to our right hand side. That's where we crossed ages ago to deliver a trailer. That was a pain mission. Definitely a big pain, but we did it in the end. So which means the drilling site is actually in sight, just to our left hand side. The drilling site is there. This hasn't taken that long actually. Pretty happy how this has gone. As I say, the P16 did really well over the mud outside the logistics base. So definitely when we have to go there again, got to remember P16 handled really well. And hopefully by then you'll have a few upgrades as well. So we'll see what we're going to use. But that's a little way away. There we go. The word's out. Before we get onto that, I think. I need to have a proper look through the missions and work out the order that we're going to do things in after this. I just wish I'd looked at this mission properly and noticed it was 3 stages. I just didn't actually look, I didn't actually realise. And it is quite obvious. Once you look at the mission, it is obvious. But yeah, I thought that construction rig semi-trailer from the last episode was it. There we go. We live and learn. But we're here. We're just going to deliver these metal beams. Just get round here. I'm sure the site has changed since the construction rig got here. It does look different. Like there's extra bits sticking out and things, which would make sense. It's building up, isn't it? There we go. We're here. We can deliver these now. 2 lots of metal beams. Not in the right place. I'm too far. The trailer's too far back. Essentially. Move forward. Come on. A little bit more. A little bit more. Now we can deliver them. I was a bit too keen. A bit too keen. Okay, that's them delivered and more building work done. We're now going to jump ahead to us arriving at the service hub to pick up the oil rig drill and talk about what we've done with the Pacific P16. Right, we just need to pick up the oil rig drill and then we can plan our route to the drill site. It's going to be quite a long one. We've got a trailer on the back. Just in case we didn't show us buying the trailer, because I don't really know how I'm going to edit this yet. This is a trailer-wide flatbed 3-axle semi-trailer. Well, it's the same one we left at the port previously, actually. 7,500 credits, pounds, dollars, I don't know what currency we're using. So yeah, that's that. We'll talk about in a second all the upgrades, just in case I don't actually show us doing it. Again, I don't know until I start editing what I'm showing and what I'm not. And then we need to also think about routes here. Okay, so we've got to go through the farm. It's whether, well, we don't have to go through the farm, but I think it's the best route. I still want to avoid the bit that you can fall over because of the rocks and stuff. I could go left. There's a lot of water there, though. I'm thinking same route as last time that we took the construction rig semi-trailer. The oil rig drill is going to be lighter than that. And we made that journey pretty simply. It wasn't too difficult. Didn't cause us too many issues. This first bit was a bit of an issue, getting through there. Other than that, it wasn't too bad. So I think we just use the same route. It's a tried and tested route that the Pacific P16 does well at. I don't see the reason to change any of that. So I think that kind of makes sense in my eyes. That should be the best route. But first we're going to get to the farm. We want to avoid going through the farm because of how waterlogged it is. But we'll have a look when we get there and really narrow down which way we're going. I'm not 100% sure. So talking about what we've done with the Pacific P16 in case we don't show you guys on the video. So the standard engine when we first picked this up was an A12V-780 which gave us a power to weight ratio of B and a durability of A-. We had an upgraded one that we could swap to. So we swapped to the A12V 850 TTA engine that changed the power to weight ratio from a B to a B plus and durability from an A- to an A. So quite a big difference. So more power, more durability. The gearbox is a special gearbox, that's what it says. There are two other gearboxes that can be unlocked. But looking at the stats and the letters, it actually makes them worse. So I think there's probably no need to change the gearbox. It has a standard stock suspension, there is no other choice. And strangely, you cannot change the tyres. So it has on off-road 57-inch OHD ones. There is no choice of tyre. That is it. The winch is a stock heavy winch. There are three other choices. Two of them are already unlocked. They're quite expensive, 15,000 and 18,800. That's an expensive winch, personally. So we'll leave the stock heavy on at the minute. The frame add-ons, interestingly, we can have the current one, which is a saddle high, and the only other choice is a log carrier front. So I'm guessing this will be good for carrying logs later on. That's your only two choices, to be fair. Right, before we go into total stats and put it against all the other vehicles and talk about that, let's think about how we're getting across here. So part of me wants to go through the farm, part of me wants to go the route we set out. Don't know. I was a bit... We got caught with the construction rig semi-trailer last time trying to go that route we planned because there's a rocky bit that gets really awkward. Let's go through the farm. Let's risk it. Let's see if the Pacific P16 can go over this flooded farm field. I'm not going directly straight. We're going to go a slight angle here. It's a bit bouncy. It's not actually that... It's not sinking. I expected this to really bog down and sink. Actually, it's not too bad. I know obviously the oil rig drill isn't as heavy as the construction rig was. But I think actually that's not too bad. That's worked really well. Whether other vehicles can do that, I don't know. But that saves us a massive amount of journey. You know, to go round that other area which we've already mapped out takes a long time. If we can cut across the field here, then we're saving an awful lot of time. Maybe even be able to go through the field closer to the farm, although that is quite wet. But something we might have to try when we need to. But that's going to save us a massive amount of time. Say that, can we get through the gap in the trees? We caught? Yeah, we caught on something. I'm assuming tree. Come on. Need a little bit more forward. There we go. The time that saved. I can't tell you how long it saved because I don't know. But I would guess it's quite a while. We need to turn here though. That's the back of the buildings. I think we have to go to the right here. Problem is the trailer and the way it turns. There is a different choice of... I think we've talked about trailers for the Pacific P16 and the high saddle previously when we picked the one last time, which we left at the port. There is another one of these. It's an ultra wide one as well. So I'm kind of leaving that one well alone. I don't want to be really wide if we can avoid it. I think that's going to make life harder. I do like the free axle though. I think that moves it quite well. It turns really well. But yeah, farm. Simply, easily. As I say, we'll have to try the other vehicles and see if they can make that crossing too. Maybe a bit closer to the farm entrance, maybe. But we'll get to that. another time. Okay, so we're going to go the same route, I think, as last time. We head north, up to the log station, up this bit here. Again, we're lighter than we were last time. So a lot of the issues we had on the hills, I don't think we're going to have. Should we? There are other routes I've considered, like the northern route we did there as well, but I just think it's too awkward. I think we might as well keep our life simple, make sure we get this done, and just follow what we know. It's all well and good trying different routes, but if it goes badly wrong, it's going to be frustrating. So I think that route's the longer route, but the better route. We may have to test out the other routes at some point with a trailer like this, just to see if they're doable. I think if it was a smaller trailer, smaller vehicle, the other routes probably are okay. Oh, just caught the edge of something there. Bit of engine damage. Annoyingly, we just got this from the garage, it's brand new. It's fixed, but okay. Bit of damage already. But yeah, we had a few issues getting up this hill in the last episode. Are we going to have the same issues today? We haven't changed. We're not changing the load just yet. I don't think we're having the same issues. It is a weight thing. Obviously, the construction rig semi-trailer a lot heavier than what we're carrying now. We have got an upgraded engine as well. We've got a better engine in, a more powerful engine. So obviously that counts for something as well. Right, while we carry on, let's have another look at stats and things that we've changed because of changing the upgrading the vehicle. So the total stats, power to weight ratio is a B+, which gives it is our 6th out of 8 vehicles. So not the best in power to weight ratio in that regard. 6 out of 8 isn't fantastic. Our best is the International Transstar, which is an S+. I don't quite understand the engines. So, as I say, the P16 we've put in the A12V. The International Transstar has a SI6V 2380. I don't quite know enough about engines to know what all that means. But power to weight ratio B+. I would guess the Pacific P16 is a lot heavier than the Transstar. And that could be some of it. Maybe. As I say, I'm not one who knows much about these things. Durability is an A, which puts it joint first with the twin steer, which is brilliant. So it's got the best durability out of all our trucks. This also includes the scout vehicles too. So I kind of include those because they're all our vehicles. Fuel consumption is a B- 7 out of 8. So not the best fuel consumption. With 7 out of 8. The only one worse than it is the twin steer, and the best of the 2 scout vehicles, which is kind of a given. Anything in the B I think is good. I think the C+ that the twin steer has, it still isn't brilliant. I think everything else is in the B's, B+, B's and B-. So around the same, I'm pretty happy with that. And fuel, it can carry 300 litres of fuel, which is 2nd out of all our vehicles, only beaten by the 360 we can carry in the twin steer. We're stuck. There's me carrying looking at stats and things. We're stuck. What are we stuck on? We're stuck on something and it's causing an issue. I'm not too sure what that is. Trying to get an angle to see if we can turn around and off it. No, still catching us, whatever that is. But yeah, fuel wise, 300 litres, 2nd best. Happy days. Really happy with that. As I say, I'm really happy with the Pacific P16 in general. The weirdest thing is the gearbox upgrade. So this has its gearbox in as it is, which was trying to do too many things at once. Trying to get out of this predicament and try and look at things. The special gearbox. There is an upgraded special gearbox, but that actually makes it worse, which I don't understand. You'd expect a better gearbox to make it better. Okay. No, I thought we had it. I thought we had it out then. What is going on? We drove the same bit. So what did we get stuck? What is the trailer stuck on that we didn't get stuck on when we drove there? The winch can help. Can it pull us? I don't understand it. We drove the exact bit where that trailer is. I'm pretty sure we did. I was admittedly looking at what I've written down to talk about, because I know I needed to look at stats just in case we didn't show it. But so my driving wasn't the best. I might have seen something and avoided it, but still, I'm pretty sure we didn't deviate too much on where it is. It's not the post it's getting stuck on either. There's something else there. I don't know, tree stump? Bit of tree, rock, maybe. I don't understand. It's not going anywhere, is it? I think we're stuck. Okay. Can we winch it backwards, maybe, or to the side? See if we can winch it and pull it as well. No, still not doing it. There's something there. See the P16 just bouncing as it's trying to really rev its power, get its power to down onto the floor. There's definitely something that is not liking. Don't mind like it's a branch or something silly. That we just drove straight over and then it's flicked up or something and catching the trailer. I can't. I thought we had it then. You can see it starts going. You think I've got it, perfect, and then no. Even with the winch, it's not doing it. Okay, we need to think about this. I can't reverse enough to do into any angle because there's a post just behind, so we can't reverse that far. So I can't get an angle to flick out the back end or anything. It doesn't matter what angle we can try and move this forward either. So let's try and see if we can knock this off whatever it's connected to. So we'll drive round to the back end and see if we can just push it a little bit and see if we can see what the issue is. If we can see what the issue is, it'll be easier to deal with. I don't really want to have to call another vehicle in if we can avoid it. Let's have a look. There's a lot of tree stumps there. I didn't notice those originally driving up. So I wonder if that's the issue. Is there a tree stump or something that we just nipped? I couldn't see anything there. Let's have a look. There is a tree stump, and it's between the rear wheel. I think is it a tree stump? Engine damage there. Got to be careful pushing this. Don't want to put over. I don't mind the engine damage. If it solves the issue, it solves the issue. Is it a tree stump or is it something else? I don't know if that is a tree stump on the floor or not. A bit more engine damage, but again, don't mind. Can't really tell. If it had been daylight, it would have been better. I think we've moved it enough. We'll find out when we reconnect. It's really weird and strange. As I say, we drove over the same bit. I'm pretty sure we did. I know I was looking at other things and trying to drive straight at the same time. But yeah, weird that one. I found that a couple of times though. I've been like boomeranged branches from tree branches that you see. You drive towards them, you think you're fine, and then it just literally stops you and pushes you backwards. You know, how the hell did I do that? It's out of nowhere. And sometimes you don't even see the branches. Right, will this work? We've gone back a little bit more at least as well, because we're off that post now, so we can get that angle better. See if we can swing this round. Still don't know what it was. We're not even hitting it here. Can we see it? It's a tree stump. Oh no, is it a tree bit? There is a stump there just to the left, and there's a bit of branch. So it's one of those was causing us all that issue. But hopefully we've got the angle now to avoid both. I think we have. Okay, we're free and clear again. Yay! That was annoying. We were going really well as well. That's the problem with me trying to read stuff and at the same time looking at what I'm doing. Can be a problem. But I knew I needed to have a load of stuff to talk about because I know we'd need to do it. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. Yeah, that was weird. But it's done. We've dealt with it. That's the main thing. But yeah, but absolutely happy with the Pacific P16. Power to weight ratio, the fact it's 6 out of 8, it's a B. Same as everything else. I'm pretty happy with that. And as I say, I think it's quite heavy, which is probably some of the issue, to be fair. And it's already proven it can pull things better than other vehicles that are probably rated higher. You know, we've seen that with the construction rig semi-trailer in the last episode. It pulled it without an issue. There were times, there were problems, but you'd expect that of any vehicle, I would have said. And I don't think we've got a vehicle that would have done that better. You know, we know the Fleet Star struggled. Well, that was actually lifting its front wheels off the floor when we was doing that before in Black River. I don't know if though the TranStar or the Twin Steer would be any better, to be fair. So yeah, I think the P16, the numbers on the ratings don't always do it justice. But happy it's got good durability, although we've still are bashing up a little bit. And the 300 litre petrol tank, fuel tank, diesel tank, whatever it is. It's brilliant. We've also noticed it doesn't drink fuel that much. Fuel consumption is pretty minus. I'm pretty happy with the fuel compared to some vehicles, and obviously the Scouts are the best at fuel consumption. They're always going to be. So yeah, pretty happy. Surprised there wasn't more upgrades we could do other than the engine. And yeah, the choice on the add-ons on the back, log carrier front, saddle high that we've got now. The log carrier front's the one that is a little bit, well, I'd say it's going to be helpful with the long logs. Not sure how that works with the medium or small. I don't think it does with the small, to be fair. We haven't done much logging. There are missions we still need to do that aren't logging missions. We haven't done many. There's a lot more to come. And originally when we did it in Black River, I wanted to do a variety of vehicles doing the mission itself, just to change it up a bit. And we couldn't because we didn't have the vehicles for that. Now we may have them. I think the twin steer won't be able to be used because obviously you can't change the back of that. But the Transtar, GMC, Kodiak, this, P16, what have I missed? I missed something, Fleet Star. There's quite a variety now. We'll have to double check what can do what type of logs when we start doing log emissions again. But yeah, we should be able to, you know, divide it up quite well. I took that corner wrong there. So that we're not just using one vehicle 3 times to do 3 runs. Because I'd like to be able to do, you know, if it's 3 lots of medium logs to one place from one place to another, that for me, I'd like to be able to use 3 different vehicles. Because it changes it up. It makes it more varied. You're not going to get bored as easily doing it, because it can be quite monotonous, the log emissions. We've only done one, but I found it really monotonous. It takes a long time to record as well. But yeah, using 3 different trucks makes sense in my eyes. You know, you are varying it. So that's my kind of plan. Whether that works, I don't know. It didn't work last time. But now we've got more trucks, more variety. We'll see how we go. Yeah, we currently have 8 vehicles, 2 scout vehicles and 6 trucks. And we're not buying a vehicle. So what we find is what we have. And hopefully we have the right vehicles and the right jobs. Okay, we are getting there. We're near the drilling site. Just see in the distance. It's just round there. And we can get this drilling site done and out with the old finished. As I say, I wish I'd known at the start that this was 3 stages. My own fault for not looking correctly. But I've had to split it in 2 parts. This is the second part. I still think we've done a good job. Moving that one from the construction rig semi-trailer from the port to here. That went really well from Drummond Island. And then we've used up a trailer of metal beams whilst here as well. And, you know, we've got this on the back, the oil rig drill as well. So I think it's gone really well. I think next time I'd probably look at the mission better. We just hit something there. That was some damage. Oh, we're caught up again. What is it? This? No, we're caught. I don't know what it is. Because we're not on the track coming off there. I bet it's the tree stump. That would be my guess. Let's head to the right this time instead of the left then. Should avoid that this time. No, still caught. Come on, I'm literally right near the drop point. Come on. Nearly done. Come on, nearly there. Yeah, there he is. You can see the tree stump on the left there. There it is, on the right. We'll go this way then. But I don't think it's gone badly at all. I think, you know, maybe we should have varied the vehicle up a little bit and not just use the Pacific P16. It gave us a chance to use it on a really tough mission with the construction rig. Also a chance to get to the garage for the first time as well and have a proper look at it. We maybe could have changed the vehicle for this mission, but I think it's worked out really well in the end. So here we are. We can now deliver the oil rig drill and finish off out with the old. And that is mission complete. Drilling operation underway. Nice. A decent amount of money as well. XP in there as well. We should be close to leveling up soon. I don't know what level we are. These are the things I don't really look at, to be fair. Warehouse ×2 is now available. There's 2 warehouses now available. No idea where they are. But we'll find them when we need them, I'm sure. But that is us for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As I say, it's been split into 2 parts. Otherwise it would have been extremely long. We got the job done in the end. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time for more SnowRunner.